Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the Interbubs. This is Ren the freaking dog coming at you in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the Hermitcraft server. How's everybody out there doing today, man? Hey, listen, are you guys in the mood for some serious Minecrafting today? And by Minecrafting, I mean, are you in the mood for some crafting? Because, well, let me tell you something. I am in the mood to play some blocks today. I have spent the last week of my life filling up the Netherdrive with items. It's been a pretty crazy grind trying to collect all of the reasonably acquired items in this game. And, well, the good news is I've made a pretty good start at it, guys. Since we were last together, I have managed to get a ridiculous amount of items here on the Hermitcraft server. I think last time we ended at raw fish. Since then, I've managed to get dirt, netherrack, uranium, ender pearls, cactuses, rotten flesh, golden nuggets, stone buttons, cactus green, bows, arrows, charcoal, cobblestone slabs, gravel, endstone, fishing rods, ladders, netherrack. I think that's actually twice there. Yeah, oops. Spruce doors, plank stairs, redstone, uranium, trapdoors, and smooth stone slabs. That's about 75 items out of the approximate 350 items that we are trying to collect. So, my friends, I'm pretty proud of the progress that I have made for this particular project, which is, well, actually consuming my soul right now. So in today's episode, my friends, I thought what we could do, we could stop doing the collection of items and we could actually start, well, placing some freaking blocks. We are playing Minecraft after all, and all we've been doing is mining, and now it's time for some crafting. So today we've got two giant freaking buildings over here that are currently unfinished. This is the green Nethergreen TI making cactuses for us, and that is of course the Netherdrive storing all of the items that we are collecting. And well, as you can see, they're looking pretty janktastic. We've got to the point where we've been working on these particular structures, and we just haven't got around to finishing them yet. So today, I would like to make some serious progress towards finishing off the design of both the Netherdrive and the Nethergreen TI. I'm also thinking about a way to maybe get these cactuses into some sort of storage area around here, maybe a sort of miniature storage room over here that will also be collecting a couple of more items. I've got some ideas for some other farms that we're going to be building on this side of the netherboard. But today, we're going to focus on finishing off these two buildings over here. Okay? Does that sound good? I'm in the mood to play some blocks. I don't want to collect any more blocks for a while, and I just want to do some building. So, let's get right into this. We're going to start with the Netherdrive over here, and we're going to start by laying down some uranium traces around this thing. This is probably going to be the easiest thing for us to do, actually. I mean, all we're going to be doing is making some of these beautiful uranium tracer lines going all the way around the Netherdrive, and I think I've already added some there to the Nethergreen TI, so that's going to be pretty sweet. Now, one of the tricky things about this particular build is how are we going to make this thing look pretty? At the moment, there's absolutely no glass in it, and I don't think there's going to be glass in it because I don't want us to be able to see the chests when we actually fly past it or when we look at the Netherdrive. So we're going to have to find a way to make this thing look a little bit more beautiful. Kind of taking a little bit of inspiration from the creeper farm over there. Maybe we could make some grills or something running up the side here, and maybe we could add some uranium lines running up these black sections. That could be pretty freaking sweet, man. I got some plans for this. So today, I'm going to settle in for some serious craftage. We're going to be doing some progress today like nobody's business. By the end of today's episode, we're going to have 2 completed buildings. That is the goal for the ReNDoG today, and it is going to be pretty freaking sweet. Now, I've been spending my morning generating some more orange and black concrete over here. I've got a whole bunch of shulker boxes with everything that we're going to need today. We've got orange stained glass, we've got the uranium, we've got the black concrete and the orange concrete, and while I was mining all of that concrete, I don't know, something in me wanted to see exactly how many blocks of concrete I have actually mined to create the netherboard, right? If we fly around here, this is our base on the Hermitcraft server, and there is a lot of black and orange concrete around here, and I was kind of curious to see exactly how much black and orange concrete there is. So let's head over into the statistics over here. Wait, not statistics. It is statistics, yeah. And let's go over to blocks, right? This statistical menu shows you all the blocks in the game, how many of you mined and so on. And if we go all the way down to the bottom, we see something called white concrete and white concrete powder. I think these statistics lump all of the different colored concretes into one, which is into the white concrete. And what we can see here, guys, is that I have mined 118,000 blocks of concrete to create the nether board, which to me seems pretty insane. How much sand have we actually collected for the nether board? I'm kind of curious. Let's have a look. Where's the sand? Here we go. Okay, so it's 118,000 sands also collected or picked up. Even more, actually. It's about 122,000 sands picked up. So that is absolutely insane. I'd like to ask a favor from one of you mathematical geniuses out there. We've mined 118,000 blocks of concrete. I'd like to know exactly how much of my life I have spent mining concrete in water. So, I'm not going to do the maths on camera because that always ends up in a fail, but if one of you math geniuses out there could work it out for me, that would be very much appreciated. Here's the numbers that we need. Got 118,000 mined blocks of concrete. Let's say that it takes us half a second to mine one block of concrete when we are creating concrete in a water source. So, 118,000 blocks of concrete at half a second a block. How much of the ReNDoG life has been spent mining concrete? I don't really want to know the answer to this, but I am at the same time kind of curious. So, maths geniuses out there, please help me out and let me know that how many hours of my life I've actually spent making freaking concrete. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me, man? Oh man, what a crazy season of Hermitcraft it has been, guys. Absolutely insane. Anyway, I'm going to continue working here on the Netherdrive tracer routes. Just going to get all of this installed. I'll bring you guys back when these tracers are completed, because this might take me a little bit of time. And then we'll start working on the actual outside of the Netherdrive. Try and find ourselves a sweet design. If for some reason you've forgotten how much fun it is to place blocks in Minecraft, guys, I suggest spending a few days trying to collect all the items in the game. You suddenly realize how much fun this game actually is. I've been making some real good progress on the tracers around the Netherdrive over here, and I wanted to bring you guys back for a very quick view on a new design that I'm going to add to this. I'm actually following the contours of the Netherdrive here with the tracers, and I think that's going to actually be really, really interesting. You know, one of the things that is very obvious about my base here is that everything is kind of square. We don't have very much in the form of different shapes other than rectangles and squares, right? And I kind of like how the Netherdrive is kind of like a circle, but not really. It's certainly the most circular structure that we've made in the base so far, so I've tried to sort of enhance that by making these traces go around and sort of zigzag like this and sort of follow the contours of the Netherdrive. So that is pretty awesome. My only concern is that I don't know if I'm going to have enough resources to complete my mission for today, but if we run out of resources, I'm going to just do some more mining. I'm very determined to make some serious progress today, guys. So back to block placing for me, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Okay, before any of the hermits sleep on the server, guys, I needed to bring you back at the dead of night so that we can have a look at how beautiful the lighting is turning out on the Netherdrive. Just added a huge uranium tracer up the side of the building, and I think that looks really, really sweet. What I've had to do also with the tracer line running around the building is that I've had to make that line go around this particular column. So that's added even more design into the bottom traces, which I think looks really awesome. Let's get a little bit of flight going on over here. Take a look at it from a distance. And you know what, guys? I think that is looking really cool. It's helping to break up the super flatness of the Netherdrive right now by adding a little bit more depth into it on the side, right? I think that looks really cool. I also had an idea about maybe doing something like this. We've got this line of orange concrete over here, which is bordering the uranium in the center of the tracer, but maybe we could do a little something like this. We actually did this on the ReNDoG USB stick over there, where we have those blocks going up in a zigzag. And I think that might actually look pretty sweet, right? Just to add a bit more detail into the build. I think that looks pretty jazzy, man. One of the other really good things about this particular design is that we get a little bit of uranium at the back of the chests, right? We can see that uranium running up the back of each of the chest cells, or storage cells, should I say. And I'm not entirely mad about it. I must say it looks a little bit weird, but at least we're getting a little bit of light into the Netherdrive at the moment, right? Without that, this place is going to be really, really dark. So maybe we can sort of overlook that uranium at the back there. And maybe what we even do is get rid of these center chests. But I don't want to talk about that because that just makes my OCD go absolutely insane. Anyway, that's looking pretty good, right? Next up, of course, I want to get all of these traces done, and then I want to figure out what we're going to do with these orange sides. Got a little bit of an idea that's been inspired by the creeper farm over there. I mean, maybe what we could do is very simply just add some of these grills like this, or, you know, turn this into like a nice big grid of some kind. And these, of course, are the storage grills, or the storage grills, the overheating grills, shall we say, that is keeping the nether drive cool, because there's some serious processing happening up in that place, man, if you know what I'm saying. And maybe hang on, maybe what we could do here, and Falsy's just slept the night away. I'm so glad I got this segment in time. Maybe what we could do here, guys, is we could alternate between the black and the orange. Maybe that could be pretty sweet, right? So maybe we can have the orange running like that, and then that sort of connects into the black. Those are almost like pipes, right? These orange lines could be considered pipage, maybe. That could be pretty cool. Maybe we extend that even deeper into there so that it sort of connects up with the orange behind it. Yeah, that actually looks pretty freaking sweet, man. I'm digging that. And then we have another little bit of black in there. I don't know. I'm going to experiment a little bit with that, but really happy with how this thing's turning out, man. I've been going back and forth on the design for the sides of the nether drive for about half an hour now, guys, and I've finally come across a design that I like. And I hope you guys like it too, man. Originally, I had a whole bunch of grills running down here. I just had these black lines going all the way down the center. But it actually ended up looking a little bit like a carburetor and not like something interesting. So I've tried a new design over here, which I think looks really sweet. Take a look at this. We've got these orange pipes going into the sort of orange cell over here, which I'm kind of treating as some sort of I don't know, a cooling mechanism or something. So these orange pipes are sort of transporting some cooling liquid throughout the nether drive. And that cooling pipe, or that cooling rod, is being held by these black, I guess, wires or something, or support beams that are holding it together. And I actually think that's turned out really, really nicely, and I really like the shape of the nether board at the moment. For some reason I can't fly. I got a bit of lag on the server, but yeah, I think it's coming up together really, really nicely. If we have a look at that from afar, it's pretty cool. I've only done 2 of these walls so far though, which is a little bit of concern because we still have quite a lot to do in this particular episode, but I've pretty much got the formula down now. As you guys can see, I've already cranked through one of my pickaxes going back and forth with this design, but I'm pretty sure I've got this down to a fine art now, creating these things. It's kind of simple. We go with the orange pipe, and then 1 block above we go with the black holding wire, or whatever, support beam, or whatever it's called, and we do that on both sides, of course. And slowly but surely we start building up this design on the sides of the netherboard. So that's how I'm doing it. And then all we have to do is go up again to the next level, which is going to be 3 blocks above here. Actually, we'll start with the orange pipage first, right? So we go 3 blocks above the orange pipage. 1, 2, 3. That's 2. So 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be the start of the next orange pipe. And then, of course, on this side, we can get the black blocks in like that. So pretty simple to do, bit grindy, but let's get it done, baby. This thing is almost completed. Now we be cooking with gas, my friends. That nether drive is looking fantastic, if you ask me. So much better than what it was before, and I love the little bit of detail that we've gotten in here. That glass of the traces running up the sides of the building helps to bring a little bit more of the glass design from the nether drive into what was a solid block of orange and black, and I really think it's turned out great. I'm very proud of this, man. It's taken me the entire day to do, but it certainly does look like a giant storage device of some kind. The only thing I still need to do now is get a roof onto this bad boy, but I think we might need to add another floor up here. So a little bit hesitant to get the roof on right now. I'm going to leave it open for now. But as far as everything else is concerned, all of the traces, all of the uranium traces around the building are done. The building itself is pretty much done other than the roof, and I am very happy with that, man. Let's take a look from here. Oh, man, looking amazing. Brand new addition to the netherboard. Really looking sweet. Now, we've got a little bit more time left to get cracking on this here, the cactus farm known as the Nethergreen TI. This thing's been going absolutely crazy over the last few days or so, and it looks like I've actually missed out a couple of blocks over here. But since we were last working on this project, I've managed to get a nice big orange glass dome around the cactuses in the center, and I think this particular build is not going to take me very, very long to complete, because I want to try keep this nice and simple. What I realized about this build, though, is that I think we might be able to make it look a little bit like a cactus, actually, once we're done with it. And I think it actually could turn out kind of interesting. I just need to get a little bit more glass into the sides of the walls over here. But let me show you what I'm thinking over here, guys. Let's go all the way down here. And let's have a look at how I've laid these tracers out. So we've got these uranium tracers, and they're going into the building, into some power lines down there that actually run underneath the water source. And what I thought we could do is maybe a little something like this, right? What happens if we decided to try and add a little bit of interesting, I don't know, black concrete support pillars into this build, right? A little something like that. And maybe what we could do is have that running all the way up the side of the cactus farm like this, right? So maybe we'll have these support beams going all the way up and over the top. And that might actually make the whole structure look a little bit like a cactus, right? Because if we have a look at the actual cactus block, we can see that there's a couple of vertical lines and got those thorns and stuff over there too, which could be kind of interesting to experiment with. Anyway, I'm gonna have a go at something over here, guys. See if we can come up with a sweet design for this, and I guess that's probably gonna do it. Would have completed 2 massive tasks in 1 episode, and that's what I'm talking about, man. Had so much fun today. Well, I gotta be honest, guys. I'm not mad about this. I think it looks a little bit weird, especially because the symmetry is broken. On one side of the Nethergreen TI, we've got these weird pillars of black concrete, and then on the other side it's completely open. It hasn't really worked out the way that I wanted it to, though, but I'm going to blame it on my brain, okay? I've been staring at orange and black concrete and glass literally the whole day today, and I think my creative juices are starting to run dry. The one thing I do know is that I don't want these support beams here. I think we should get rid of them. Maybe we can come up something different off camera or the next time I play Hermitcraft. I think for now, though, guys, I'm going to log off the server and maybe go get something to eat, because my brain is entering blue screen of death mode right now, and to be honest, I don't want to see any more orange and black concrete blocks for a while. So that's going to do it for now, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, you know what to do, man. You hit me up with a freaking like. Smack that like button like nobody's freaking business. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, because the ReNDoG channel is awesome, and we got loads of more awesome content coming at you guys over the course of 2018. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys, and thank you for watching. ReNDoG signing out, and we'll smell you all in the next episode.